What, we starting?
You know what the fuck going on, man?
You gotta put your mic on.
No, they hear me.
Trust me. Put your mic on. Put your mic on. You say no, they hear you.
Yeah.
We'll start.
What's popping? Yo, we're in 2025. It doesn't matter because we already introduced ourselves to the new year. Did we or did we not? Right? Okay. So you already know who it is. Big Rose Official. That's what's up. And
Creative MDS.
He's got his own mic. Anyway.
I thought we were using that one. We don't need it apparently. And now she's keeping it to herself. Okay, whatever.
Says the guy that's got one attached to him, but okay.
You didn't want to use it?
Why would I want to use something else attached to you? I'm holding my
new year.
But anyway, guys, we're in the new year.
Thank you for the support that you've been giving us. I hope that you've liked, shared, and subscribed. In fact, some of you have, or some of you haven't.
It's okay because we're gonna make you like some more. We're gonna make you share some more, and we're gonna make you subscribe some more. You know what I'm saying?
True. We've got loads of things coming. We've got guests. We've got interesting subjects. We've got some more interesting things coming from the creative productions itself as well. So hopefully that will allow us to earn us your subscription. And you can help us on our way to 1,000 subscribers. That's my goal for this year. I've set it. What do you think? Can we do that?
Yeah, that's doable.
You didn't say that with a lot of enthusiasm. Why does everyone keep... You know what? Hold on a second. I've got a bone to pick with everyone. I keep telling people 1,000 subscribers. That's what we're getting this year. Yeah. Everyone's like, yeah. You know, yeah.
I feel like we can get more. So I'm like, yeah, 1,000. Like, that's a realistic goal. So I'm like, you know what? Cool. 1,000.
But you say it like, you know, like, yeah, it's a thing, like we can do it. You're better pessimistic, you know. Whatever. Well, today is going to be an interesting subject. We're going to be talking about ourselves in a kind of a way, giving you a bit of a insight on who we are. I feel like in this day and age, with people making a lot of content and with, I guess, people being exposed to other people, it's important for people to know who they're listening to in a way. If you know what I mean.
Sure. Like, end of the day, like, we come across so much content all over the streaming platforms, whether it's music, whether it's television, whatever the case is, right? You're invested with that person, whether it's that person, like in real life, or it's a fictional character that they've, you know, introduced you to over time, whatever the situation is, like, it's just all down to the authenticity of who that person is and obviously what they're showing you type shit. So obviously when it comes to us, I said authenticity, but I know
you know what?
What?
It's gonna be a clip. I'm gonna clip it.
Authenticity.
Specificity.
Anyways, it'll be men. These ninjas. Ninjas.
No, we'll get onto that soon enough. But
listen, just leave them where they are, because they ain't going nowhere. Leave them where they are.
But I'm right here, man. But just talking with me.
Anyway.
That's what I have to say. But yeah, 2025, new things coming. So I want to ask you a question, right? I'll cut you off already, but I want to ask you a question. So for me, I feel like through life and over life, I've gained, I guess, I've had experience, not even gained, I've had experiences that I feel with what's going on and with things being able, I guess, people being able to see so many things and being able to perceive so many things in so many different ways. Sometimes it's good to have a perspective from someone who may have experienced something similar. You know what? English was my first language. I know everyone's going to say that's what you always say, but you know what? I can say that.
Mm-hmm.
She claims to be American. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And their first language is what? What? I'm you know what? I'm starting to, you know, kind of think about the specificity of your claims to be an American. I ain't gonna let it go. But like I was saying, I feel like with people being able to see so many things, I feel like it's good to be able to share a perspective in a way where you can kind of take that experience, or you can take that, I guess, event or something that's happened and give people a perspective that they may not have necessarily considered. Like, for example, with podcasts that we have here in the UK, I have like Young Sprays, RTM, we have Convos with Cream, you have Winners Talking, you have Blue Tick, you even have Diary of a CEO, Joe Rogan, for example, that's who inspired me to start. All of them, when they're talking with people, it's like...
Well, I inspire myself. No one's inspired me to be here where I am today. I inspire myself.
But
like,
of course, but you've had... All right, you know what? Let me use a different word. You know, you're right. You know what?
I am my inspiration. The future me is my inspiration.
Hold on, you know what? You're going to hear this in the background, people. I'm so sorry. But these
shout out to the studio that we're in, you know what I'm saying? They're doing all types of creative stuff.
God damn it, but you see these bastards, yeah? Bruv. I'm heartbroken. I'm actually heartbroken. But at least you get to have a disco and a conversation at the same time.
Yep.
Forgot where I was. But I feel like, oh, you have the questions on the thing as well. Let me get a chance. Link them up, please. Because I've definitely got to use that as the light. But I feel like in this day and age, being able to share those experiences with people in a way where I guess it can be kind of nuanced and we can kind of, I guess, I don't know, share what you think. We're in that day and age now. Do you feel like it's a bad thing? Like people are saying that with the Young Spray podcast, for example, they're saying that the way he speaks to people and the way he acts, it's kind of mad. In my opinion,
If that's how he is, then that's who he is.
that's what I was
Type
going to say.
shit.
But it
Like,
also shows that this person is a human being in a sense. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of people like Young Spray, everyone knows what Young Spray is known for. Do you know what I mean? But when you see him having conversations with people, you see him laughing, you see him having opinions on things that you wouldn't necessarily think. Like he was speaking about that girl that slept with 100 man in a day.
I found she's up to 1,000.
No, that was someone else who decided to go for 1,000. She wanted to go for 1,000, but someone else said, "Nah, I have to get there first." You know what? Yeah, the world is, yeah, man. It's really peak out here. That's a whole other conversation itself. But the fact that people are able to see, I guess, someone like Spray who would be perceived in a certain way because of his badness. But the fact that people can see that, you
I
know
feel like
what,
the internet
this
is
is a
very
human being.
sensitive. Before we had the internet, there was like
No, it's
we
not.
was condoning bare stuff like music wise, like things that was said like in music. Like whereas today, if they was said like obviously be cancelled, obviously, which is good to a certain extent, but at the same time, it's just like the sensitivity of the media is like a bit too much to be fair. So like naturally, you could just be cancelled by something that you would comfortably say like one on one type shit. But now if I put it on the internet, like that's a wild appearance, that's a wild public opinion to put out there.
Fair.
So therefore now I'm cancelled for that, do you get, or whatever the case is, or whoever's cancelled for that. Do you know what I'm saying?
What can I say? Sorry to cut you off. Can I say something about that? Do you feel like people in general, it's not that social media, I feel like people in general are soft, but sometimes people feel like they can handle certain things. Because think about it like this, right? If someone was to experience something, the way you would take that experience and the way someone else would take that experience would be completely different. And that's
not
just
the
natural.
same.
So when someone's saying something, it's like, you know what? Not everyone is going to agree with what you're saying, or not everyone's going to, I guess, take what you're saying the same way that you mean it, or even be able to understand.
No, 100%. Like my path is my path. Your lane is your lane. My lane is my lane. Whatever you went through, type shit. Like maybe that I could never experience that. Only you could have experienced that same thing. The things that I've experienced.
So you can share how that experience has affected you and the outcome of it now.
Yeah, definitely. I could definitely put it out there like, real. This is how I've grown from it. This is the experience type shit. Someone could relate because they could have gone for something similar, but it never gone through it in the same way.
Okay.
So.
Oh, fair enough. But that makes sense. But you see, exactly. But you kind of agree with what I'm saying, though. In terms of sharing experiences is beneficial for people, or sharing your perception and how that experience has, I guess, changed you and grown you in a way is good.
Yeah, everything is subjective to everyone's views.
First, I can ask you a question. So we're in 2025. We've lived a long life. So I mean, I'm still alive. A lot of people didn't make it. Rest in peace to all the lives lost, even recently, just at the beginning of the year and the years gone by. Do you feel like the growth that you've experienced through life has benefited you positively in where you are right now? Or do you feel like, you know what? Because a lot of people say once the year starts, I'm leaving everything behind. For me, I'm not leaving it behind. I'm kind of reconciling, thinking, all right, cool. This happened that year. What am I doing differently this year?
Yeah, I think that's kind of my mindset towards things. I think once you don't master certain things, you definitely got to repeat them. So I feel like when you get to that place, yeah, it's just all right, like you might experience that shit. What can I do differently? Actively, when you hit certain milestones, you might want to be like, all right, cool, what's next? And at the same time, when it comes to like, as you see, as years go by, you see how times have changed and things go back, like go on. You just think, okay, maybe like how can I plan myself differently to this year that I didn't do last year? Just maybe do something different, but that's just me.
Fair enough. And do you feel like if you were in a position where, let's say, for example, you could meet your younger self, do you feel like with the experiences you experienced, you could talk to your younger self and say, right, I feel like you should have done this. Not in a way of where you're kind of erasing what's happened, but you're handling those situations in a better way. Or is it kind of a case of where you will tell your younger self, I'm going to avoid all of those experiences? Because for me, it's like, obviously I've experienced a lot as a person. And a lot of people will say, you know what, that gives you justification to be a certain way, to act in a certain manner. But for me, I would say all of those experiences have kind of, I don't know, it's built me up in a way where I can kind of have a better understanding of myself and not be so critical. Because I feel like a lot of people, especially in this day and age, everyone's so critical of everything. Like there's not a lot of humanity in what people are speaking about. Even like how I said right now, us having this conversation, it's a little bit vulnerable. You know what I mean? It's a little bit vulnerable, and that's what a lot of people, I guess, are missing in this day and age, because the way I guess we're living, everything is so, I don't know, it feels like it's planned. Do you know what I mean? It feels like everyone's living for the post rather than what's before and after. And that all lies in experience. Because I mean, the outcome of the experience, yeah, you see it. Like for example, someone's gone through a stressful experience and then they come out happy. You see them stressed, you see them happy, but you don't know what's happening in between.
No, I definitely agree. I think as my now self to my younger self.
Not in a bad way.
I mean, if you want to keep talking, then my
No, go on. Younger self.
Yeah. So as my now self to my younger self, I'll just keep it like all the way 100.
You gotta speak a bit louder.
In terms of coming from you, that's very rich. You always mumble everything.
Are you not hearing the disco that's going on outside? Listen, people. You know. I'm not gonna complain. I'm glad we've got another episode coming out. That's it for you. I'm glad for you. For us right now. I'm sorry, I cut off again. But they missed this though. Oh.
Okay.
That's not. I'm gonna cut it out.
Right. I'll just be like, yo, you know, be more intuitive with yourself.
Okay.
Kind of thing. And I think if I mastered that from early on, then I'll think decisions could be made differently. And then maybe I could structure life in a different way where there wasn't as much struggle, but then a struggle builds character at the same time. And obviously, like, there is like, I don't feel like sometimes you don't appreciate things without long suffering as well. Is kind of like, you would think that you could appreciate everything without having to do the suffering, but I feel like maybe that's kind of like the catch 2022 of life, because it's like you have to know what is bad to experience something good, right? Kind of thing. Or if you didn't know what good is, then you would definitely think there was no such thing as bad.
First. But right. Doesn't good have to exist for there to be bad? Doesn't bad have to exist for there to be good?
They both have to exist at the same time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no balance.
Okay. So.
But my thing is, in life where you are in those transitional periods, I think there's often like a very thin line of what you do on a decision-making basis that can either allow you to flow smoothly into your next step, like in life, or can have you kind of stuck in that same step, repeating that same step, or having you going backwards a step or two. So I think more so how you act within yourself, I feel like it's all based on how you think. And obviously, if you're more sure within yourself and how you think things are going to play out, then definitely you can move with a bit more ease and a bit more confidence. I think once you master confidence, once you master how to be more intuitive and how to protect your energy from an early stage, then you can literally like finesse life differently.
Okay. So that's the advice, youngsters. Okay, fair enough. Well, for me, it would be along the lines the same thing, but I would probably tell myself to be a bit patient, which is another thing that's, I feel like, in this day and age, I feel like we're always in a rush to do certain things. Now, don't get me wrong, some things definitely need to be rushed. Like, some things definitely need to have urgency, because it's not like you're not going to live forever. I'm not going to lie, time waits for no one. But at the same time, you've also got to be able to accept the little things, you know what I mean? You've got to be able to know that, you know what, if you've done well, say you've done well, do you know what I mean? But still be, I guess, hungry for the next goal, but don't feel like what you've achieved isn't enough. It is enough, but there could always be more. And I feel like in this day and age, it's like were in a mindset of, yeah, we want more, but what is going to be enough? Do you know what I mean? So I would probably say, you know what? Understand that achieving in itself is something. Staying stagnant and not doing nothing, that's where the problem is. But achieving something, even if it's doing something consistently, that's good enough. But you still got to do more. And you still got to do it consistently, but always praise yourself. 2025, in a nutshell for you. How do you see it going for yourself? Or are you in that mindset?
The way I see it going for myself, I just feel like
Oh wait, actually, before we do that, there's one more thing I wanted to ask. Is there an experience in your life that has shaped you to be who you are today, and why? Which one to go first? I can go first. No, you go first.
So you're gonna answer the question and then answer the question.
I was just saying.
Men.
Men, yeah. What about men?
Ninjas.
I'm not a ninja. I am a brother.
Ninjas.
I'm a brother.
Ninja.
I am a brother.
Ninja.
All right.
Ninja.
I'm a brother.
Ninja.
But if I was to call you
it doesn't apply right now because I'm not being.
What are you trying to say?
Anyway, Ninja. So this is how I will answer the question. I don't feel like there's one specific experience, but I feel like definitely there's childish.
I didn't say anything. I was gonna say it. See now I'm gonna say it. You had to call me childish. Pacific.
I said specific.
I had Pacific first.
No, I didn't.
You've got instant replay. You know I've got 2 new clips. I
said specific.
What way to start the year off? 2 new clips.
Anyways.
Specific. Did you forget where you were? Did that distract you?
I was thinking I should specifically just snap it How?
You don't condone violence though.
A little bit. But only women towards men, not men towards women.
That's it.
Okay, because there's a different type of strength. So why would you do that intentionally as a man when you know you've got strength? As a woman, we're not actually trying to hurt you for real, but maybe just a tiny bit so you should know that you've pissed us off, but not actually. Do you know what I mean? But see, that's why what men would say. But then men that are onto Z-Feed, like, why would you even do that?
What happened?
Your own strength doesn't make any sense.
What happened to equal rights and opportunities?
Anyways, fuck that. Yeah.
You see, I love how all the feminists are backtracking on equal rights and opportunity stuff, but it's cool. Well, you know where it's gonna go, but that's a whole another conversation. We've got a podcast on that conversation as well. I've got a special guest for that. It's gonna be fun.
Right. So I just think there are many things that you could say, like, boom, that shaped me, that I did this, that I did that, that kind of shaped my character a little bit.
What's a moment that you feel defines you? Yeah, we'll do that. A moment, a thing, and a song. We'll do that. Yeah, that's 3 good things.
I can't give you a moment. I'll be real. Okay. I can't give you a moment. The thing.
What? It could be anything. It could be like religion. It could be music. No, I can't. Songs and the music. It could be religion. It could be. I don't know.
Well,
camp. It could be.
One thing that shaped me, I can just say God, period. That's it.
First.
That's it. Like the whole journey in itself, like I won't understand it fully. The whole journey of life is to understand it. You feel me? I don't get it. I'm trying to get it, but you know, trying to make sense out of it. We trying to like align with what is, you know, purposeful to me, purposeful to like what makes sense to my journey, like what makes sense to like what I feel like what God wants for me, you know what I'm saying? And you know, just owning that and like just being confident in that and like kind of like maintaining that as well.
I know it's a very vulnerable question to ask.
What?
Well, the question I just asked, I know it's a very vulnerable question to ask. You know what? Because you can't think of any moment that would define you as a person. Doesn't have to be a crazy moment. It could be something like, it could even be you, I don't know, the first time.
The day that I was born.
I get to go all Art Mabel.
The day that I was born, all the way and
I was about to
went
break out in
to
tongues or something.
December. On the
Fair enough. Can't complain about that one.
1998 in the Brooklyn hospital. Okay, that day was a good day. Okay, that day a queen was born.
Is this
Okay.
Pastor Rose? Is this what we're going with?
Right. A queen was born with great purpose, great legacy. Okay.
Alright,
And that journey
still going.
continues on till
Amen.
this day.
I mean.
Amen.
Yes, Jesus. Yes, Jesus.
Thank you.
Amen. I'll tell this now, auntie in the background. It's just the idea of the pastor. Yes, Jesus. Lord. Alright, no, okay. Alright. So you said Lord Jesus the day you were born. Okay. But for me, I don't know. You know what? I would say religion, but my relationship with religion isn't, or my relationship with Christianity isn't like, I guess others, you know what I'm saying? I'd say I have it pretty much. I wouldn't say I'm unorthodox, but it's unorthodox.
Said everyone's relationship is their own.
Yeah,
like
that's
I don't
right.
care. Like everything is not for show. Everything is not the way it seems to be. The way people perceive it to be is never really the way it is anyway. So you just focus on your relationship with God and you hold that down, and that's what you got to worry about.
That's gonna be a conversation. We've got a religion one coming soon as well with a real pastor, guys. We've got a real pastor coming through, so that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. I got some things. But for me, like I would say, I don't know. Probably when I started living by myself. I'm not gonna lie. Soon as I left my mum's yard, that probably defined me as a person. I'm not gonna lie. Because after that, I just never gone back. No, I don't want to, but it's like, I don't know. You feel a certain level of freedom. And one is all knowing that, I know stuff, knowing that you're, I wouldn't say freedom once, because obviously I want to be around my family a lot, but I don't know, it kind of showed that you're on your own path now, do you know what I mean? It showed that I was achieving something in a sense. It showed that, all right, I was taking the next step. So I guess, yeah, there you go. That's what changed. That's what affects me most. You're being able to make drastic change and take steps forward. What was the other one? The other one was, I think, you know what, playing ball. Because if I didn't play football, I don't feel like I would have ever thought about going to somewhere like university. I just would have just been about, I don't know. I didn't really know what I was going to do apart from that. Well, I thought either I'm going to kick ball or I don't know, just be at it. But I guess it kind of showed me, right, you know what, there's other options. You can do other things. You don't just have to stay where you're comfortable. Yeah, it showed me that, you know what, it's all right to be uncomfortable. And what was the last one? Oh, music. You didn't even do your song. What was your song?
Let me see what shuffle says.
No, you're going to do shuffle. Is that what we're doing? Actually, I know what mine is. I
I don't actually know. So I'm gonna do shuffle. Apparently, this is my song.
Copyright. You have to say the name. You have to just say the name. What's the name of the song?
I don't know. What is the name of the song?
I don't know.
Straight name.
Women. So we've asked her for the name of the song she just played at the beginning. You know what? I'll give whoever can guess what that is. Actually, no, you might give someone an answer. £10 if you can guess what that was, if you can even hear it. In fact, you know what? You have to be able to hear it. There you go. Down in the comments. If that doesn't get us another 10 subscribers. You are really big haters.
I don't know. What song?
What song was it?
I'm trying to think of that. Obviously, that's what my phone played on the shuffle, but
What song was it?
it was Migos Straight Name.
Migos.
Yeah,
you could have chosen the better one. I'm not gonna lie, that's a bit mid.
I mean,
I just said
it was the shuffle, as I just said.
That's still a bad choice. Well, for me,
But anyway. But I don't know. I think if my go-to would have been probably a Biggie song.
A Biggie song. Oh yes. For me, it would have been a Kendrick tune, because right now he's cooking. Before J. Cole was like here, well, the recent level of consistency the guy's been cooking at. Oh my days. Nah. Yeah. So one Kendrick tune. You know what? Element. Element is my life's soundtrack. There you go.
That's a big statement.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very big statement.
That's right. Sexy.
Cool.
Make it look sexy. Yeah, that's definitely it.
Well, that's how he feels. Okay.
Hold on a second. Why'd you say it like that?
Yeah.
That is how I feel, guys. Love yourself. That's another thing.
Always.
2025.
You've
survived a solid. Well, you survived up until now. Not survived, well, you lived. You know what? Let me take that back. Another thing I feel
no,
like
I fucking survived.
Nah, you've lived. Don't do yourself like
I survived. I mean, I lived a little bit, but I survived mostly. I'll be real.
First. But no, hold on. Because, you know, we had a conversation, I just remember. Sometimes getting mixed up. It's not always surviving people. You might get used to it sometimes where you feel like it's just a norm. But you know what? Embrace the fact that you woke up. You're able to provide for yourself. And you know what? You're free. That's another thing. That's that. I feel like people forget that. So, you know, you're doing more than surviving. You're actually living. You're living more than most.
Living more than most.
But 2025, for you, how do you see it going? What affirmations have you put out there? Did you make a New Year's resolution?
I've got some intentions.
Okay.
That I'm going to be very intentional about.
Okay. I feel that. Protecting yourself from the evil high. I would say the same thing. Do you believe that?
Listen, you can't put everything out there.
First. No, you're right about that.
And I definitely feel like with certain people in certain arenas, you have to stay protected.
Okay, Rabbi.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, priestess. How you feeling?
No, facts. It's not even funny. It's not even a joke. But yeah, you gotta stay protected always, and you just have to just know what it is you're doing. Be intentional about what you're doing.
Ooh, okay.
And like just be mindful of the energy that we're giving and receiving, like that.
Okay. Heavy. That was heavy. Well, for me, I would say 2025. I've got words for every month. All right. I'm sure you've probably seen it on my Instagram. I've been putting up my quotes. I've got not even a word, a letter for every single month. The letter for January was C. The word was consistency. So, podcast done for you guys. All right. Got another one coming out. You're definitely gonna have 2 this month. Yeah. You're definitely gonna have 2 this month, right? That's for sure. You're definitely gonna have 2. And then from next month, you will be getting 4 every single month.
Damn, that's a whole lot of me. But I know you want it, so it's okay. I'm gonna give it to you.
They know they're here.
Know what I'm saying?
They know they're here for me. They definitely know they're here for me. But okay. Ooh. Never coming back to this one. I'm sorry, listen. Nah, I'm never coming back to this one.
They just want us to cut shapes in here, but you know. Let's not do that, because if
shapes.
he did that, the whole place would be earthquaking. So let's not do that.
What do you mean? Hold on a second. I bet you definitely seen the post.
Let's not do that.
You know, she's talking about earthquaking. Everyone's seeing the gym post. Everyone be saying, yo, Mercy, you look kind of bolo. I said, you listen. I'm trying to be like you. Make sure you do your push-ups, my people. Make sure you're in the gym drinking your water. Have you been in the lab? Have you been in the lab? Right. See people like that talking about quaking. Have you been in the lab? Haters.
But I've been walking a lot.
You've been walking?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I never avoid stairs.
Okay.
Me and stairs are friends.
Okay. So you could walk 1,000 miles. All right. Whatever. So
that part.
Yeah. That's
Don't worry about me. You know what I'm saying? I stay.
Haters. All the haters hate. Get it against my people. Get it against my people. But yeah, man. Just try to stay consistent for this month. That's what I'm gonna say to everyone. Do something every day that you enjoy and that you love, and trust me, you'll see the change. You'll start to enjoy things yourself. Just for 2 months. 2 months I spent just doing things that I enjoy and I like. And once you start realizing that you can build your life around those kind of things, listen, it might not be for everyone, but if it's for you, it works. Can you complain? Everything else will follow.
Can you dig it?
Everything else will follow. Everything's written in time. And yeah, once again, thank you for all your support, my people. Have you got anything you want to say? Anything you want to talk about before we go?
No, just 2025, stay real to yourself, stay in your lane.
100%.
Don't complain, stay grateful. Just keep it you know, blessed, keep it peaceful, keep it
Keep it a
mindful.
bean. Keep it a buck.
That
Keep it
too.
100. Keep it show.
Yeah.
Shout us, our people. Peoples. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Tell your uncle, tell your auntie. To tell them to tell them. I can't say tell them to tell them. God damn it. Tell them to tell their friends. Tell your auntie to put in the WhatsApp groups and the Facebook group chats.
Stay tuned in. We got more content. Obviously, 2025. I just feel like actively we need to get back into what fuels your passions, what makes you happy. Like, end of the day,
So,
just keep it.
so because I gave a speech, you had to give a speech as well.
Yeah, I did. Actually.
Okay. Well,
we're not done yet. Actually, see how he's in a rush. He's just talking about debation.
No, I wasn't.
Why is he in a rush?
I was just saying it's the first
like
episode
it's
of the year. We're giving them what they
2025,
want.
and then no, you're not giving them what they want because you're rushing.
I'm definitely not rushing.
You are.
I'm taking my time. I've been taking my time.
Whatever.
You're big kid. Alright, cool. Women, see what I mean? And they always be like, man, well, you know what's cool? What's cool? Oh yeah, I made a whole itinerary.
Alright, cool. So we'll do it this way, yeah. I'll ask a question, you ask a question, yeah?
Okay.
Right, cool. So, how would you...
What time is it?
Don't worry about the time, I'm asking the questions here. I'm asking the questions here, right? So, how would you describe your growth?
You done
did that already. I was testing you.
Oh.
Next.
Wait.
Right.
You tested me.
What has been the most surprising lesson that you've learned in your personal life?
I said that.
No,
living by myself. Yeah, I said that. Living by myself. I just shortened it. I compiled it into one thing. I said that. And then you didn't share your one. You didn't share your one. You were out here. You still want to be vulnerable, guys. I was vulnerable with you guys.
Listen, because sometimes it's like, fuck that. Why am I being vulnerable for what? So that someone can out here use my vulnerability for their gain.
So
no I ain't doing that.
You know what?
Listen, we ain't doing that.
I was going to do a whole podcast on that because I feel like humanity is just gone. I feel like people...
No, this is what happens, yeah? Actively, as a woman, you can be vulnerable. You have to pick and choose when. And then sometimes... No.
Actually, yeah, fair.
You have to pick and choose when.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Ooh.
And that's not always an environment that a guy will cater the environment to make it seem that you can't be vulnerable in your room, motherfucking cat.
Okay.
Don't be that girl. Don't be that woman. Okay, in 2025, just don't, let's not do that. Leave all them trials and tribulations in 2024.
Where's all this pain coming from?
It's not pain. This is real spit.
No. Because I feel like, you know what? If you want to be vulnerable with someone, you will be. For example, it's like...
No, you can't be.
No, you should. And if someone uses it against you... In fact, you know, I don't feel like people can use your vulnerabilities against you. I feel like if your vulnerability is affecting you, it's hurting you, then you haven't reconciled with it. Because
see, that's a man's perspective, and that's where you shouldn't be vulnerable. That's the kind of person you don't be vulnerable with, because then you'll be vulnerable and then they will say, well, actually, that's your problem.
Have I ever used your vulnerability against you?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Your head is big. I say that all the time.
Okay, I'm just saying that in certain situations and certain lights, you have to know when you choose to...
In fact, women are meaner than men. Hold on a second. Man, are we forgetting this? It's like, hold on. What are we actually talking about? Maybe with women you can't share your vulnerabilities, but actually no, you can't share your vulnerabilities. Man, I'm a bit treacherous. She's right. I was just trying to play devil's advocate. Yeah, she's right.
See, don't play no. I repeat that in the name of Jesus. Don't play no bumper cut around me.
Someone has
Go
to,
away. No, nobody has to around me. I repeat that. See what I mean?
I'm playing.
Society conforms you to think you should be saying things like that, and that's normal in the conversation towards me. Nah, no way, I shut it down. In the name of Jesus, I shut it down. Anyway, cool. Let me tell you something. Yeah, you can't be vulnerable in certain environments. And especially you have to gauge it so well. Like you really, especially with men, you have to gauge it. Especially with women as well, you have to gauge it so well. And even no matter how much that person is catering that situation to make you feel like, you know what, you can be vulnerable to me. Your intuition will let you know the fuck you cannot. Okay? So just keep it a back of yourself.
Well, you're Spider-Man now. You just got 6 cents or something.
Yeah, facts. This is I'm not gonna lie. This was my motto straight up in 2025. Ain't nobody playing in my face. Nobody's playing in my face, and I'm not gonna let nothing slide. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, you know, it's not even like it's not even gonna be.
That's actually very good. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not gonna be a position where you even think that you can, because it's not even gonna be that kind of setup. Like, you're gonna know that straight up. Like, I'm not the one. You know what I'm saying? So I even test, like, I'm not to be tested. Like, that's kind of the whole testing was last year. That's like, this is just, it is what it
Your
is.
point is, so you got your results and you're happy.
It is what it is. Like,
Okay.
when life shapes you to a certain way, right now, like, it is what it is. Like, so at the end of the day, I gotta be happy with the way that I'm moving, the way I'm talking on a day-to-day basis,
Yeah,
because that's just what it is.
It is what it is, but it's also what it could be. No, that's the whole
It's
point.
what you make it.
Oh,
Okay. It's not what it could be, because it could be anything, but it's what you make it.
All right, Pope Bros, is that how you're feeling? Is that how you're dropping
Type shit.
sounds? It wasn't. I was just no. Well,
Yeah. So end of the day,
I agree with that. But vulnerability is important. Humanity is important. With the right person, like you said.
no, be vulnerable.
Make sure in the right environment.
No.
No.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. No, she knows that, man. She doesn't want to agree with me. Now he's playing the devil's advocate.
Ah!